Some people say that he's the greatest horror director of all time. I don't know if I'd go that far, but Wes Craven is pretty brilliant. We don't have him here with us tonight, but we do have somebody by the name of Horror Show Jack. I refer to him as my stepdad because I spent 9 months in my mom, and he's the only one that I know that spent more time there. So please help me welcome to the Niche Wine Lounge stage, Horror Show Jack! Wow! I don't know if that makes us brothers or... But regardless.
I was worried that I was going to go too far.
The point is, we like to hang out in a lot of the same places.
Yeah. And I'm going to take you to Ohio and you can meet Bruce Dickinson. Let's go! I try. Every time he introduces me, I want to walk up here not laughing, and he always throws something, some curveball that I was not prepared for. You've spent more time in your mom than you. Jesus! Whoa! The best sex I never had. So yes. So yes, it is true. I wish I was Wes Craven. Actually, not really, because I'm still alive, and I miss him. But a lot has changed here since the last time I was here, and now I get to use this joke again. The Niche Wine Lounge is what I feel the set would be if the Golden Girls were goth. Definitely. And I don't know, how's everyone's 2025 going? Is everyone having a good year, a bad year? You having a good year? Go to hell. But anyone have this kind of experience where you're just like, it's just one shit day after another, and then you're like, I'm still standing, and you just feel like Bruce Willis in Die Hard 2 when the plane goes off, and he's like, oh, I'm still here! So, about 4 weeks ago, I was mistaken for Maverick. I'm standing at the bar right where that gentleman is with the flannel, and I'm talking to Andy, and someone taps me on the back and goes, all right, bye Maverick, I'm leaving. And I turn around and she sees this. There's no way in hell I'm that pretty. And she goes, oh, I thought you were from Maverick from behind. I'm like, really? So apparently my ass looks as good as yours. Why am I not getting laid? Why am I single? Listen to the rest of the shit that comes out of my mouth, you'll understand why I'm single. So, and we'll start with this. I think it's been about 35 years since they started doing themed and storyline porns. Now, these are the random thoughts I have when I sit around in the house and someone is sneezing in the wrong direction when the power goes out. And I was like, how long does it take to actually get through a storyline? Because these movies are 3-4 hours long. So, you got the setting and the dialogue, and then, you got the scenes that are at least 20 to 30 minutes long. So then I'm just saying, how long does it take to watch the whole movie? 6 months. Now, and the first time I bought these, I was working at Tower Records, and they got rid of their video rentals. I'm like, I'm 21, I can buy my own stuff. So I buy 3 of them. I gotta tell you, the first couple times, I didn't even make it past the previews. Now, going on to even more disgusting things, what do condoms and coffins have in common? They both hold stiffs, and sometimes children. So, I have a roommate, I'm not gonna point them out, but they told me, because they were helping me move this past month, April was hell, and they're like, her coworkers say, we've seen you in the real world, and she's like, really? She's like, yeah, the guy you're hanging out with, is that your dad?
Oh, no.
But it doesn't stop there. Then they say this little ditty. He goes, yeah, the biker Santa Claus looking mother. I'm like, is that a fat joke or a biker joke? Or both? I'm like, I'm coming to your job, I'm gonna have a talk with someone. Now, I had a wonderful conversation with a dear friend of mine last Friday. I love you, Hannah. Hanging out with you is always an experience because stuff like this is created. She has been dabbling and dipping her toe into the realm of horror, because I live and breathe horror movies. And we got on the topic of snakes on a plane. Not necessarily horror, but horrible. But still, I went to see that movie for one reason and one reason only, and to see Samuel L. Jackson say the line, I'm tired of these mother snakes on was worth the price of admission. So we talk about snakes on a plane. And then I say, you know, there was a movie called Flight of the Living Dead, and a zombie outbreak on a plane. Her immediate reaction was, I crashed that right into the ocean. She goes, and I said, but then zombie sharks. And she goes, yeah, but it's not like they can come on land. And then this movement was created. Zombie sharks waddling on land, you know? It's like, you know, but I said, once they're undead, all the rules go out the window. So, after I say zombie shark, she goes, all right, fine, I'll crash it into Antarctica. Then I say, but then there's zombie penguins. And then, thus, at 11:30 at night, my Facebook status was born. Quote of the evening, I don't care about zombie penguins. Things you never thought you'd hear your friends scream at you at a bar. Now, yes, but it was beautiful. I have some stuff to send you, and if I do send it, you'll probably never talk to me again. Now, if you come in your girlfriend's eye, is she watching your children? That was... I made Maverick leave the room.
Yeah, his thumb is out.
Now, this joke was told to me. A friend of mine likes to tell me horrible jokes, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time for this joke. Dude, I'm wearing that as a badge of honor. I made Maverick leave the room. Now, this next joke was told to me by a dear friend of mine who likes to sneak in really horrible jokes. And certain jokes where he'll tell me, I'm like, I'm not telling that on stage. What's the difference between a rocket and a plane? And I'm like, okay, you got me. What's the difference? He goes, one takes you to space. I'm like, okay. He goes, the other flies you into a tower. I guess I should have waited to September to tell that joke. Listen, it's been 24 years. Get over it. Too soon. I was like, oh God, we shouldn't make Civil War jokes. It's too soon. It's never too soon. Listen, when the mic is in my hand, no one is safe. I'm sorry. This is going to get me canceled, and then I'm going to redeem myself. I am old enough to remember a time, because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, when someone said, I blew my trans. It meant one thing. Nowadays, it means something different. Now, if there is anyone thinking he's making fun of trans people, no, I am not. I am making fun of a group of people because they're people. And if you don't think they're people, we can have words in the parking lot after the show. But they're people, just like my cannibal joke. What does a cannibal call a person in a wheelchair? Meals on Wheels. I'm not making fun of the person in the wheelchair. I'm making fun of the person because they're people. Trans people, handicapped people, everyone. Autistic people, they're people. And they deserve to have their balls busted just like everybody else. That is my golden rule. I do not care. A friend of mine dared me to make fun of her on stage about her breast cancer. And I did it. She was the only person in the audience laughing. And to this day, I miss her. Now, anyone here ever been to Alabama? Do you know why reverse cowgirl is illegal in Alabama? Because you don't turn your back on family. I warned you too. You know, aside from the sound they make, when I see a Tesla, I just get angry. Because you ever notice if there's any old school metal fans, that Tesla symbol kind of looks like the Queensryche symbol? And I'm like, Jeff Tate should complain. That dick has enough money, he could pay Queensryche off. But you know, but also then my arm starts wanting to do this salute. You know, what do they call it? They call it the Roman salute. Is any of you people here that think that that was a Roman salute? I dare you to do it right now. Because let me tell you something. They say, no, it wasn't a Nazi salute, this was a Roman salute. Do you study history? Because in Rome, it was a fascist salute back then too. my father has a degree in history, so I learned a lot. And I paid attention or I got yelled at. So, another thing about living down here is all like, and it's only here, because I don't see them anywhere else, and I travel all over the country. When I see a Cybertruck, I just start laughing, because I see a Cybertruck and I look, one, you're driving something held together with modeling glue. Two, that design looks so bad. Maverick, this joke is for you. The design of the Cybertruck is so bad, it's like something Derek Riggs rejected to put on the Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time album. And I literally wrote that joke just for Maverick. And one other thing before I ramble on to my lists, and that's Maverick's favorite part. Again, I travel all over the country, only in this area. What is with people in North Carolina and their high beams? And no, ladies, I'm not talking about your nipples being hard. I'm talking about high beams on cars that you're driving and I can't see. Everywhere. The other day, I was driving to the store. 2 miles. After 1 mile, I had lost count of how many brights I saw. It was 7:30. The sun hadn't even gone down yet.
Every Jeep Wrangler.
Shut up. I used to drive a Jeep. I never had my brights on, and if I did, I turned them off when I saw another car. Some of these assholes turn their brights on when they see you. So I've done 2 things. I do an old school New Jersey thing, or I've got one of those LED flashlights. I'm a dick. I don't care if I cause an accident, because I don't live in the past. It happened back there. Stop living in the past. All right. Now, this list was written because Maverick loves lists, and I wrote 2 because they're short. 1, these are pickup lines for a female bartender, or Andy. Number 1, I'd become an alcoholic for you, Andy. Number 2, I destroy my liver to see you on a regular basis. The drunker I get, the better you start looking, and the braver I become. No, you look good when I'm sober too, Maverick, and I'm straight. Can I get you for the road? That has a double meaning too, and I didn't mean that. And I just realized, this is going to be interesting. And alcohol isn't my problem, you are. Now, I'm going to have to do this from memory. I have kept the Facebook dating app. I've had it for 1 year and 6 months. You can see how well it's doing for me. These are a handful of messages I have received, and I am not joking in any way, shape, or form. 1, oh wow, you live in North Carolina. Sorry, she blocked me. I can understand if I still lived in New Jersey because we get a bad rap, but I'm like, apparently you guys get the bad rap too. Hi, I need money. Can you give me some? I'm having a bad day. I'm in the hospital. My granddaughter was attacked by a dog. We're still at the hospital. Why are you answering a dating ad when you're in the hospital? I am a neo-Nazi. Are you Jewish? Part of me really wanted to say yes and see where this was going to go. And I don't mean to be political, but you know what? If you're part of this group, I really don't want to talk to you anyway. I'm 100% MAGA, but don't worry, I don't hate. That's like saying, I'm a Nazi, I don't hate Jews. I'm part of the KKK, I don't hate blacks. They don't belong, they don't say that. If you're part of a hate group, you're part of a hate group. Whether you hate or not, that's a different story, but if you're part of a hate group, that's it. And the final one for that list was, someone once sent me a message, you're hot AF. I can't say it because of the rules of the niche, and my first thought was, you're on drugs. So I was talking to a friend of mine who I met through this app, and she was telling me about one of her horrible encounters. A guy, they were going back and forth, he was comfortable, he wasn't comfortable, and then they're finally hanging out having dinner, and he goes, well, you know, you're into some things that I'm not into, and I know there's one thing I'm into that you're not going to be into. And she's like, well, try me, I'm open-minded. She thought she was open-minded. He looks at her and goes, well, I like to watch women get boinked by my dog. And I'm single. I asked her, I'm like, was he wearing like baggy pants? She's like, no, straight leg. And I'm like, did you ask him how he fixed those giant brass balls in a pair of pants like that? Because I could see your face, like how would you react if a man said something like that? That's exactly the reaction I had on the phone when she told me. Now, I will close out with a story that I don't know the ending to. I used to work at a Fieldstone nursery in Paramus, New Jersey. And the woman's daughter worked with us on occasion and told me a story about how she went to a surprise birthday party for an engaged couple that she was friends with. So they're all down in the basement, friends, family, their giant St. Bernard dog that comes into play in this story. She comes home, you hear her put her keys on the counter. She's going through the silverware, hear cabinets opening and closing. She's calling the dog. I don't know the dog's name. That would make this so much funnier. So then finally, she hears the dog's barking in the basement. So she opens the door and starts coming halfway down the basement. The lights go on and everyone yells, surprise! To their dismay, they're the ones that got the surprise because she is completely naked with a peanut butter bikini. I figured I would like to stay on the bestiality, interspecies erotica topic here. Now here's the thing, I don't know what happened. Did they get married? Did her family disown her? Did someone have a coronary? Because a shock like that is enough to send a person into cardiac arrest. Guys, thank you. I'm Horror Show Jack. Have a good night.
That was me. I got it. Yeah. There's a million dating words right now. There's a million dating words.
Hey, niche my friends, noise for Horror Show Jack.